and welcome to Crown Chat. If you're brand new, welcome. If you have been with us before, welcome back. I'm Nichelle Miller, your host of Crown Chat, and I'm also your Pure International Elite Ms. Heartland. So I'm really excited to be with you tonight to have this platform to share with you amazing women that are in pageantry across the country, across the world. And as part of my platform, which is the Power to Dream, it's all very important to me that I am able to help empower women and girls to pursue their dreams and goals. And one of the ways I do that is through this show and being able to share their stories with you and then to have your interaction with us live. So, without any further delay, I am going to bring in tonight's very, very special guest. Let me get her on here. Queen. Hi.
Hi! How are you, Miss Beautiful? You are beautiful.
You're beautiful. Introduce yourself to everybody that's watching.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diane Irick Condi. I am your pure, classy Miss Treasure Coast, and getting very, very excited because our pageant is our international pageant. This will be the first time I've been exposed to an international pageant, and I'm so excited. I know you are too. In Orlando. So it's right in my own backyard.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm so excited because we get to be Sash sisters again.
I know again. Yes.
So, oh my gosh, we have so many things. So, how did you find Pure and get started? So, because I know this is new. So.
It is. There are so many different pageant systems out there, and I was representing American Beauties at the time when I was their national classic Miss Division, and I was at one of the Tim Tebow's functions, and I was representing them, but I met one of the junior Miss Pure International Queens. Well, actually, my apologies. She wasn't international, but because she had the same crown, and I'm like, "Ooh, where did you get that? Tell me about your system."
Yeah.
And she went on to say, and I do apologize, I have forgotten her name, but she went on to say that this pageant system is faith oriented, family oriented, and then community service in that order. And that really just lines up with the values that I have as well. So I started looking into it. I found Angela, who is the director here in Florida. And, we started talking, got with Miss Pat to make sure it was okay for me to compete because I just was crowned about 2 months ago, maybe month and a half ago. So I know. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right?
Yeah. Awesome.
So very excited. I can't wait to see you, and I can't wait to meet all of the other Sash sisters as well in Orlando.
Awesome. I'm excited. There's going to be like 200 of us.
I
Running around.
know. And they say that because I was at a function this past weekend at another pageant with Angie, my director, and she says, the numbers are really low. And I'm like, well, there's 200 competing, right? And she goes, yes, but we've had 500. And I'm like, I know, my mouth dropped too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So absolutely. I mean, so obviously this pageant system is so world known. We're going to be able to see and meet our sisters from the UK, which I can't wait to do that either.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Amazing. I'm excited. So we're going to be in Orlando. What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Tampa.
Okay.
Actually Brandon, but Tampa, everybody knows Tampa. So I'm about an hour away from Orlando.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you forget anything, I got it. We're good. I got you.
And I forget things. So this is
even with my checklist, it's all good. Robert will run to Walmart for us. He did that for me last year, like
so
4
sweet.
times.
So sweet. Yeah, my husband was at Target buying pantyhose.
Uh-huh.
And he's like sending me pictures while I'm in rehearsal. I'm like, no, not those.
That was good that he went and got pantyhose. I don't think he could do that. He went and got me simple things.
Yeah. This was a desperation need, and I couldn't figure it out. So
right.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit. I mean, I know, but tell everyone watching a little bit about your platform.
Okay, so my platform is loving the skin you're in. I actually am with two wonderful organizations. The first one is called The Springs, and it is a domestic violence center for uh, women
Mhm.
here in the Tampa Bay area. A lot of times they just get donations and clothes and things like that. But I also help behind the scenes if they need me.
Okay.
Also with Dress for Success, which
Mm.
is more commonly known because that's, worldwide. And was at their fashion show last month and just had a blast. I didn't get to model, but some of the ladies that they had taken in clothes. If you're not familiar with Dress for Success is a not only a domestic violence organization, but they also help women coming off the streets from different backgrounds, right? Maybe
Yeah.
coming from prison, needing a job, they need clothes. So, what they do behind the scenes is they give them clothing for 1 week. They help them fill out the applications for the jobs. They also help them with the interviews, kind of like what we do with our pageant coach, right?
Right.
Once they get the job, then the women come back and they give them clothing for the entire week so they don't have to spend their first paycheck on work clothes.
That's amazing.
What I do is I volunteer behind the scenes as well, but I'm also a full specialist, which I am able to put makeup on legally, right? I have my license to put makeup on. So through skincare and color cosmetics with Mary Kay, I am able to help the ladies if they want help in that type of situation as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing because I think, especially for women, even in the pageant world, that's an area of nervousness. Of you want to look, the part or look presentable, but the whole makeup thing, especially with all the tutorials on the YouTube and the TikToks, it's a lot.
It
It,
really is.
it's a lot. So it's nice to have someone there that's their specialty. So that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, wait, we have a question here.
Okay.
All right. So, what's the difference between national and international? Are the competitions the same?
Very good question. So, the competitions are the same. We have costume, we have interview, and we have evening gown. Now, in both situations, in nationals, it's just our particular area, right?
Mhm.
Like the Florida area, and the interview counts as 50%. In a lot of different pageant systems, the interview may be only 25%. And then you have other competitions like activewear or swimwear and things like that. But in this system, they really want to get to know their queen. So it's 50% is your score on the interview. Internationally is where we have our sister queens come in from the UK, and we have Australia, and we have several different countries that
Mhm.
are coming here to Florida in Orlando to compete for the same title of international in
Yeah.
different divisions. We have a lot of different divisions, don't we?
We have 10. We have 10, which is amazing. It's
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. And so, and just kind of to piggyback on that, Kim. So, with the national is more like your state or your regional. So, it's your qualifier. So, you have to compete and be successful in that to qualify to go to internationals, where the competition is very similar, as Diane stated. And then you have, I think there's over what, 500 optional categories.
Oh my gosh,
There's so
there
many
is
optionals
so many optionals.
that you
Yes.
can compete in. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I am too.
So, oh, hey, Candace, how are you? She was on last week.
Oh, hey, Candace.
my,
I can see the name now. Hey, Queens.
my superstar friend. Awesome. So, what are you looking most forward to at internationals?
I'm looking forward to meeting everyone, especially those. You and I know each other from
Mhm.
previous pageants and love each other to death, but I'm looking forward to speaking with the ladies from the other countries. Not only in my division, which is the Classy Miss division, it's 55 and up, but also from the other divisions, because I know you have a large class as well, which is the
Mhm.
Elite Miss, correct?
Yes.
And then um, several others as well. So I'm looking forward to that interaction and getting to know them and how they work their pageants in their countries.
Yes.
And the winners get to go to their pageants, right?
Yeah, which
The
is really
international
cool.
queens, Australia, and absolutely,
Really,
absolutely.
really
So,
cool. Yeah,
yes,
I'm
that's what I'm
excited.
looking forward to.
Yay, yay. So in competition, I mean, because this is not your first rodeo,
Mhm.
what's your favorite part of competing? I mean, because you're excellent in all areas of on
Oh,
stage, but what's
thank
your
you.
favorite part?
My favorite part, well, in this competition, it's going to be costume because, costume is one of our competitions. And I am Miss Treasure Coast, if you can see it, Treasure Coast.
Oh,
So my costume is going to be a pirate.
oh,
Oh, yes. Oh, girl. Yes.
I love
I
that.
can't wait to show you my elaborate jacket. I have a treasure chest. I've got boots. I've got the hat.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wait till you see the hat. The hat is going to be one of those that has the ship. It's a pirate hat, but I had it made and it's got the um what's the ship from the Pirates of the Caribbean? It's sitting on
Oh,
my hat. It's sitting on my hat. So
oh my
I am
goodness.
looking forward to I'm waiting for the hat to come in now. So I'm looking forward. I have everything else, right?
Awesome,
The
awesome.
competition. What's going to be your favorite competition? What are you looking forward to?
Gosh, aside from seeing everybody and
Right.
meeting people I haven't met yet, probably formal wear. I just love
Okay.
the Cinderella moment for me
Oh,
and being
yes.
on stage and the walk, and so that's probably my favorite on stage piece. I mean, I like all of it.
Mhm.
I'm excited to see my costume come together.
Okay.
So, I'm not gonna tell what it is, but
Okay.
I'm excited to see that because I've not done a pageant yet where I had to do a national or state costume.
Oh,
So,
no, me neither.
this
Yes.
is new for me. So, I'm a
Uh-huh.
little like, "Oh," but then I'm like, "Okay, it's okay. It's all gonna be okay."
It's all gonna come together,
Yeah.
and you know what? You've put your 110% in getting ready, I know you have. So, whatever happens, happens, right?
That's it. Leave it all on the stage. That is it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, I know, I can't wait. Well,
I'm so
I just
excited.
told you that I just ordered my gown in Wins competition.
What is
4
it, 3
weeks.
weeks, 4 weeks? Yeah. It is so and it's
Well,
funny because I got crowned back in October. And in
mhm.
my mind, I'm like, oh, that's so far away. That's so far away. And so I kind of drug my feet and, I window shopped and had a little vision board. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's time. It's time.
Well,
I need to order things.
I do have a few pieces at the seamstress, which I have to go this weekend and pick up. And there are a couple of gowns there, but I was, we're always window shopping, right? I saw this gown in one of the uh, boutiques online, and it's like I could see myself in it. So, when you can see yourself in it, that that's the right gown for you. And
Yeah.
it's a beautiful color. But, we're gonna bring, like, 3 or 4, right? Because you always gotta have a spare just in
And then
case.
a spare for the spare, and then a spare for the spare for the spare. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely, yes.
I'm so excited. So, is your husband coming with you to international?
Absolutely, he is the perfect pageant husband, if yours is coming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good, so they can hang together
Yeah.
if they're not at the store for us.
Right. Buying pantyhose and random things.
Should you drive now or should I?
Exactly. Exactly. That's awesome. And he was so cute with you at nationals last year. Like you guys dressed in costumes together and he was all in. So I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm excited to see him again.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. What else do we have? Kim says, "Oh, that sounds so much fun." It's gonna be wild and crazy and just 200 of these running around this
Mhm.
hotel is gonna be insane. Like a good insane. So I'm really
Good
excited.
insane. Yeah, the hotel's not gonna know what hit them, actually.
Mm-mm. No,
Mm-mm.
not at all. Not at all.
Especially God-fearing women, I'll tell you. They're not gonna be used to that, are they?
No, no, it's gonna be such a force, and I'm excited. And I think I'm most excited, there's a Chick-fil-A connected to the hotel.
Well, the Florida hotel is the Florida hotel is where we're staying, but the Florida Mall is attached to the hotel.
Connect. Okay, yeah.
So it's connected to the hotel. So we don't only have Chick-fil-A, but we have a lot of different restaurants that we can make it to.
True. And I heard there's a sushi place, so I'm really excited about that
Oh,
too.
yes,
So
that's what she was talking about this weekend about the sushi. That's where
yeah,
they wanna go. Mhm.
well, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So have you been able to meet a lot of your Florida sisters?
I
Um,
have not. We're actually gonna have boot camp, this coming Saturday. So that's
um,
where I'll meet, a lot of them, in my division. Not only my division, but all of the divisions here in the state of Florida. I
mhm.
did meet 2 queens this past weekend when I helped with the Star Spangled Banner, pageant, which was very I mean, God bless them because it was like a monsoon when everybody got there. And they brought their costumes, they brought their optionals because there were several optionals with that one too.
Mhm.
And everyone just looked so beautiful in their gown. There was this
Aw.
one little girl, I have the picture up here. She had um the yellow gown from Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
She had it looks just like that gown, and she
Oh.
had long brown hair. Look, I'm getting chills talking about it right there. Um, long brown hair, and I just looked at her and said, "You look like Belle from Beauty and the Beast." And she goes, "Thank you." So
Oh,
adorable. And she won her division, so that's great as well.
oh, I love that. I love that. Okay. So, do you have any parts of your wardrobe that have pockets?
My costume.
Really? Me too.
My costume does, yes.
Me too. And it's so funny. I ordered it and didn't realize it. And I put it on and I was like, oh, it has pockets.
It's got pockets on the outside. I can open the jacket. It's got a pocket on the inside. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, what are you going to
Mhm.
keep in your pockets?
Good question. I I have we were talking about this earlier. I have not even gotten that far yet, but probably a good luck charm. My
Mm,
my husband, I usually don't wear other jewelry on stage, but I probably will keep my Catholic saint in my pocket.
awesome. Awesome. See, and mine would be chapstick because I'm always looking
Chapstick. Okay. All right.
chapstick
I
in
can
my
see
pocket.
that though. Hey, but right beside my saint might be the lip gloss, right? The
Yes.
glossy lip gloss. That's a good idea too.
Gotta have chapstick and gloss. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What would be your piece of advice to anyone that's considering joining our pure family?
Oh, I would tell you to join virtually since the pageant is going to be next month. Obviously you wouldn't be able to compete since it's so close, but I would tell you to watch
Mhm,
virtually and see the different competitions, see the different winners, because in this pageant, not only are they godly women, but it doesn't matter what division that you're in, it doesn't matter what size you are, what color you are, or anything. This is a truly, um, God-fearing pageant. I kid you not. If you are a godly woman, this is where you need to be next year.
yeah, 1,000%.
Mhm.
1,000%. And that's what I met Miss Pat live. I met her
Oh, you
live.
did? I can't wait to
Uh,
meet
well, and then
her.
I've been to her house. I feel like we're best friends. I've been to her house. Uh, so met her live and heard her speaking and about her vision and just her pageant journey. And I was like, this is where I belong. And
Mhm.
she and Doug, Mr. Doug, are so amazing. And I mean, you talk about a perfect pageant husband. This man has his wonderful wife and the daughters and
Right.
they all sing beautifully. So hopefully
Oh,
they'll
do
sing for
they?
everyone. Oh my gosh,
I
yes.
know she has a set of twins, right? And then
Yes, twins and then
uh-huh.
another daughter, and they all sing and they're amazing. But he puts up with all of us and is so loving and so kind all the time. And they're both, I mean, what you see is what you get. And I just appreciate the genuine love that everyone has for everybody. And I mean, I
Mhm.
met people because they had a Christmas event, so you'll get to go next
Oh,
year
uh-huh.
at in their hometown, and everybody comes in, and it's just so much love. And we have a Proverbs 31 meeting, and it's just so many things going on. And it's just like, if you are, like you said, a faith-based person, a godly woman, this is where you belong, because it will change your life. Win a title or not, it's going to change your life.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just being there with the ladies this weekend, because I met two that were going to be in my division in internationals. I mean, they came over and hugged me, introduced themselves, and I'm like, really? You know, now
Yes.
there are some pageants that are like that, but you can tell that it's not genuine. You were
Yep.
using the word genuine, where these ladies, I mean, they hugged you. They hugged me. It wasn't just like a hug.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes,
It,
friends for life.
it
Yeah, sisters
is.
for life. Mhm.
It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It's almost, it's like, if there was a cult, it's almost like, did I drink the Kool-Aid? What's going on? But everybody,
Yeah, don't use that
everybody
other word.
yeah, not that. But everybody's so amazing and kind and loving and just so helpful. And I've heard stories, where someone's dress ripped and someone else is like, well, here, wear my dress, or, just so many things just to be
Mhm.
helpful and to be truly sisters. So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
excited. I'm so excited. So I think, let's see, we register technically that Saturday, the 15th, but you're only an hour away. So when are you coming in
I'm
for
actually
international?
coming in Friday night,
Okay.
because I want to be able to be there in case something happens. I've always been like that. I always like to check in the day before.
Yeah.
And, from what I understand, even though there's 200 women at registration, it's not going to be 200 women at registration. What Miss Pat is going to do is take each division and give them a time frame.
Yep.
So you register with your sister queens that you'll be competing with. So I'm really excited about that, because I was worried. I mean, like 200 people and all in one room, and some of them are smaller, so they're going to have their parents with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but when I found that out, I'm like, what a great idea! What a great
Yeah.
idea! Mhm.
Yeah, their organization is like flawless. I mean, if they say we're starting at 10, we are starting at 10, and you better be there like at 9:50, because we're starting at 10. Like, let's go. So I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm super
Well,
excited.
you asked me also some of the other reasons. This is the first pageant that I've had Zoom. Well, not Zoom. They were Facebook. Um, um, uh, uh, what's the word I want to use? Um,
Like our
inst-
information sessions that they
right,
had. Yeah.
instructionals on what you need to do, what you need to wear, where you need to be. Make sure you have your packing list. We just got the dance, right, which is,
Yes.
thank goodness, it's easy. I, I I used to dance when I was in my 20s. I still do, but it doesn't quite move the same.
Understood.
But I think we've had an instructional video twice a month, right?
Yeah.
If not 3 times, to let us know what's going on, keep us up to date with what's going on and what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that when they say, if you have any questions, let us know, they mean it.
They
And
do.
it's never oh, I don't have time for you, or I don't have this. They take the time and answer your question and make sure you feel okay. And to
Mhm.
feel that way, I mean, you think, the director, the founder, the CEO is so, on this pedestal, and they are just so approachable and loving. And I'm smitten. I'm so smitten. I
I
love.
can't wait. I can't wait to meet Miss Pat and her daughters. Yes, absolutely.
And you talk about a hugger. Oh,
Oh, really? I'm a
this Pat,
hugger. I can't wait.
she's the
I
best hugger.
since COVID hit, I've been working from home, so sometimes it gets lonely. So
Yeah.
I love going out. I love doing my community service. I love going to church.
Yes. Yeah. Just to be peopleized, to be
Mhm,
with the people. So I know, I mean, you're newly crowned, but I've seen you're doing quite a bit so
mhm.
far. So of the things you've done so far, what has been your favorite appearance?
I think my favorite appearance has been the Dress for Success fashion show. It was at Dillard's if anyone's in the Tampa area, at the Citrus Park Mall, Dillard's. And they had a runway. They had it all blocked off for us. They had huge baskets, which I won a basket, right? Raffle tickets, right? You buy raffle tickets. So I won this huge basket. Was wonderful. I was the first one to win. I'm like, yes.
Awesome.
But they had a they. You've seen the fashion shows in New York City where they have the runway down the middle and then there's aisles on each side of the runway. That's how it was. They had apple cider in the champagne glasses to make it look like it was champagne, and they had little eateries. I got to take a picture with the director for the Dress for Success here in the Tampa Bay area, and she's the one that I posted. And please forgive me, I have forgotten her name right at this moment, but wonderful woman, was just gracious as can be. And I asked her if I could take a picture with her, and she goes, yes. I said, well, may I get my sash? Because I didn't wear my sash because it was all about Dress for Success.
Absolutely.
And she goes, oh no, get your sash, and you keep your sash on. And I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. So yes, very much so. And to see some of the women model that had used their program in the past. And there was one speaker that had gotten out of prison and spoke beautifully to the audience. And then she took her way on the runway. It was really nice. It was good. It was a happy, heartfelt moment.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Miss Kim, you guys got me wanting to try next year. Yes, you need to come, Kim. It's
absolutely.
Done. We're signing you up. It's done. You're coming.
Referral. Put her as a referral.
There you go. There you go. I heard of someone else that may be coming next year, but I won't say their name, but you know who they are. She and I talked, and I was like, I knew it. I knew that Diane would get you.
Oh, yes. Now I know who. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I
actually have 5 referrals right now. So Miss Pat's going to be very excited about that.
Good.
So I'm
That's
real happy.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, we're getting bigger and bigger.
I know.
So what's something you've learned about yourself through your journey of pageantry?
I have learned that I'm resilient. There have been several situations where I'll just give you an example. I did a miscongeniality down the steps while in rehearsal, and I sprained my ankle. And oh yeah, it swelled like a softball immediately. So we put ice on it, and I didn't finish rehearsals, but I knew kind of the routine. I'd been in that same pageant for a couple of years, so I knew the routine. And one of the competitors I knew from being on stage at the National Physique NPC competitions, and her husband was a doctor. So, the one thing he came in, he says, well, when it happened, he goes, go to the store. They make the gauze, the wrap, like nude color, like your shoes. Wrap it, and the show must go on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. He said, the show must go on. And I'm like, yes, sir. It most certainly will. We were getting our makeup done. She and I, Christine and he comes in, he goes, may I wrap your ankle? And I looked at Christine, and she goes, he does that all the time. Yes, go ahead. And I'm like, all right, thank you. Want to make sure it's okay with her first. Yeah. And he wrapped it. I got on stage, and I won Mrs. Florida that weekend.
Oh, show my goodness.
So ladies, no matter what happens, the show must go on. You must go on.
Absolutely. And Tisha's not on tonight. She's an prime example of the show must go on. Last year, her ankle was like this big, and I was like, don't wear heels. And she comes out in her heels. I'm like,
I know, right? You're absolutely correct. She's had so many different things happen with her body because of the, what she has. And the only thing that I think she and I both didn't do, and it was my fault I didn't have my sash, we didn't do the opening number, but we did everything else after that. And she and I, she was at every rehearsal, right? So yes, the show must go on. She's a perfect example as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So, as a title holder, what do you think is one of the most important qualities that you should have?
I think you have to be realistic, regardless of who you're speaking with. If you're speaking with children,
Mm,
then you need to be on their level. I think if you're speaking with um, those that may not be as educated, that you need to be speaking with them on their level. And then, of course, the educated individuals as well. So I think you need to be very well diverse
yeah.
um, on each level and keep it real. I mean, oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being on your show today. You know, that's real. And I appreciate individuals that are real with me too. No holds bar, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's so important because I've met so many different women from just different walks of life that are so programmed in one mode that they're not able to adapt. And
Hmm.
so it's very hard for others in the room to relate or to connect. And so as a title holder, it's so important to be relatable and to be able to adjust your process, your approach based on your audience and contact. So
Yes,
awesome.
ma'am. Very important.
So smart. You're so smart and wise. I hope y'all are writing these things down. These are good tips for y'all.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I always have such a good time with you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I'll be there. I know we're talking about everything, but I'll be there Thursday. So then when you get there Friday,
Oh,
I'll already be there.
you'll
So
already be there. Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
so we can hang
Perfect.
out.
Okay, good.
Gosh, I lost my train of thought right there. I'm so squirrel. Um, what? Tell me a little bit because I know that this is one of the first places that we connected, and I know I'm going to mess it up, but I want to do it right. Crowns and coffee or coffee and crowns.
Yes, crowns and
I
coffee.
did it. Crowns and
Crowns and
coffee.
coffee. Yeah, last time it was like I was having brain fog, serious brain fog, and the struggle is real. But it is Crowns and Coffee. We have close to 1,200 members now, where we celebrate all queens and everything that they're doing, whether it's pageant related or they've just published a book or just gotten their doctorate. And so, not all pageants are for all people, right? For all women. There's a pageant for every woman.
Yeah.
So we just, Aaron and I got together and we said, we just got to get this together. And it's been very successful, where we also um, introduce other pageants as well, because, you know, maybe someone's not really involved with what we're doing here in
Mhm.
our pageant, but maybe the Mrs. America pageant or Ms. American, right? Um, Never will be that thin again. So that swimsuit competition is out the door. But yeah, so we've had very much success. And if you haven't heard of us, we're on Facebook, Crowns and Coffee, and just ask to be invited, and we'll let you in. No worries. We're very picky though, because we want to make sure that there's no spam going on. So Aaron always says, "Do you know who this is? Do you know who that is?"
Mhm.
and whatnot. So yeah, so you don't have to worry about anything like that going on, because I know there's a lot of that going on right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I love the group because it's exactly what you said. It's women celebrating women, and from all walks of life. From someone just won a title, someone just like you said published a book, or I think you guys have even posted for my magazine. Thank you. Just all kinds
yes.
of great things that are being shared, and even you've had guest speakers that are just phenomenal with
Mhm.
pageant experience, coaching, and tips. So if you're not following, make sure you guys follow them because it's such a good group. Um, Speaking of spam and weird things, have
Mhm.
you found since being a title holder and a queen, period, that you get weird friend requests and messages? Do you get those too?
I do. I do.
Okay.
Um, from people I can't even pronounce their names,
Yes.
and it's like, no, delete. No, delete. And
Yeah.
then if I'm not really sure, because sometimes you may know them and have forgotten that you met them. I go onto their profile
Mm-hmm.
before I even join. I go onto their profile and see who they know that I know,
Yeah.
and then make my judgment from there.
Yeah. Yeah. So smart. So smart. Because I get the same thing and I look, and there's even times where it's like, oh, you have mutual friends, and I'm looking and I'll
Mhm.
contact that person and they're like, no, I don't know them. And I'm like, well, why are you friends with them? Okay. So yeah, I get lots of those. I just wanted to
Right?
is it
Yes.
just
No, I'm very
me?
picky of who I invite. It is a mess. Yes, it is a mess. And people are getting hacked all the time. So please feel assured that we screen everyone before we let them in
Wonderful.
to
Wonderful.
Crowns and Coffee. And I do the same for mine. Yeah,
Wonderful.
Facebook page. Hmm.
Wonderful. Oh, good question here. Okay. So, how do you manage life, reigning and maintaining Crowns and Coffee because you're so present in everything?
Oh, thank you. So,
Good question.
all right. So here's my daily schedule. You ready? I get up at 3. I'm
You
at
do
the gym
not.
at 4. I
3
do.
a.m. Oh my God.
3 a.m. I'm at the gym at 4 because this is my time now, right? The mornings are my time. So where I can just
Yeah.
before my day starts. So in between 6 a.m., because I'm usually back home at 6. My husband and I are conversing. He leaves at 7.
Okay.
In between, I am looking at my Facebook. In between like 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., I'm looking at my Facebook in between because
Okay.
you have to multitask a little bit, right, in the
Mhm.
mornings.
Yeah.
And I I make sure that I try to make sure, right, that I can get everyone within that time span. And then when I go on break at 11, that's my 15-minute break. I'm on Facebook again, trying to make sure all of that is done. The one thing, lunch and then break in the afternoon. So that's how I try to keep up. I know I do miss some people, and please forgive me if I've missed your event, but please know that you are more than welcome to post it on Crowns and Coffee. Now, the one thing I can tell you that I am adamant about is birthdays. Facebook has kind of changed the way they do the birthdays. Sometimes they send you an email. Sometimes you have to look at it. So sometimes it's a belated birthday, but out of I think I have 2,400 followers or something like that, and I make sure that when it's your birthday, you know that I've wished you happy birthday. I
That's
think that's very
amazing.
important.
That is. That's so important. And you're right, because with Facebook moving the things all around, and it used to be in one place, now and I'm like,
I know. I think they're trying to have more security with all of that kind of thing, which is
yeah,
great, but it's a little nerve wracking. It's like,
yeah,
where are my birthdays?
yeah, definitely,
I got
definitely.
to get them done.
That's
But
amazing.
technically, it's just time management. So, make your schedule. Just make your schedule out and make sure you do it at the time that you most possibly can.
Yeah,
And sometimes you have to reschedule things, but other than that,
yeah. And I find too that I have to schedule my important or my super brain task for when I feel most productive, which is usually the morning. Usually by the afternoon, I'm winding it down.
hmm
So
hmm
so that's a great point.
right.
Awesome. Candace said that was great. Awesome. Thanks, Candace.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So you're an amazing queen, and you're volunteering in the community, and you're running Crowns and Coffee, and you have an awesome husband, and you're going to the gym at 3 a.m., which is usually when I go to the bathroom and go back to bed.
Oh,
What do you do in your spare time that you may or may not have?
well, yeah, sometimes I have spare time. I really like to watch movies, and I really prefer to watch a true story versus fiction.
Okay.
But I love just watching movies. My husband loves the news. I'm so tired of the news 24/7,
Yes.
which we need to know what's going on, but not 24/7. I just want to get away. So when I want to get away, like on a Saturday morning, then I'll sit and I'll put a movie on and watch it.
Okay.
Helps me relax.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I like to relax, and this is going to sound very strange. My husband's going to be like, "Oh, I love murder podcast." Murder podcasts, murder movies. I am all about it all the time. And it's the strangest thing, but it does. It relaxes me because I'm like,
It just takes your mind away from everything that you were doing and stressing out and oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, my favorite movie recently is well, it's not a recent movie, but it's the Black Panther. And the reason is because the women are protecting the king
yeah,
and the royal family. I just love that kind of stuff. Anything that empowers women, I love that. I just
yeah,
love it.
yeah. Now I have not seen the second one yet. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I have. It's
Is it good?
good. You
Okay.
have to wait till after the credits because something else comes up after the
I
credits.
think that's in every Marvel movie, and I'm so spoiled. Like I went to see The Little Mermaid 2, 3 weeks ago,
Oh,
and
how was that?
it was good. It's really cute. But I
Okay.
sat there. I went with my aunt, and she's like, "Are we leaving?" And I said, "We have to wait just in case."
There's always something. Yes.
There wasn't anything, but you never know. You have to wait just in case.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think
Mhm.
we're so spoiled to wait now. Okay. Let's
You're in
see.
the show.
I, I'm just waiting. I'm like, there's more. I know it. They're cleaning up around me, and I'm like, no, wait,
Mhm.
wait. I'm so into
But
it.
I mean, the second one for the Black Panther is very interesting because things happen that you wouldn't think would happen.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to give it away, but you have to see it. You have to see it.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I struggled just a little bit about Nichelle right now. I struggled with the first one because they made Michael B. Jordan a bad guy. And
Oh,
to me, he's like the bee's knees. And I'm like, no, they will not make Baby Creed a bad guy. I will not watch it. And so I
he appears in the second one.
does he really?
He does. He makes an appearance.
Oh, is he a bad guy still?
I can't tell you.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to watch it before I see you. Okay, adding it to my list. Before I see you next time, I'm gonna watch it. Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
got 3 weeks. You have 3 weeks.
I can do it. I know I can do it. Okay, let's see here. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
I would tell myself, my younger self, that there's going to be trials and tribulations. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be moments where you think, and there was, where you just wanted to die, kill yourself, but you will rise up from that. Things are going to, things will look up. Um, I was a mess when I was a kid. I'll be honest with you. I was a complete mess. Even up until age 20, I was a complete mess. Had, um, doing things you shouldn't do, things like
Mhm.
that. So I would tell my younger self, you're going to get out of it. You're going to get out of it alive. You're going to go on to inspire people and that everything is going to be okay.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
And that's, when I talk to people that have been through the same thing that I've gone through, and I'll just say I was heavily into drugs in my younger years, right? So when I speak with individuals that have been through the same thing, I want to inspire them that they too can get out of it, or they too can stay out of it, because I'm living proof. I'm living proof.
Yeah. And I didn't know that about you. And we've talked several times, but
Yeah.
I really appreciate your transparency because from the outside looking in, it looks, and especially I think for most queens, it looks like we have everything together, everything's good. We're always, and we are a hot mess.
We are a hot mess.
But we can
We
pull
keep
it
trying to
together.
get it together. Squirrel.
I know we can pull it together, but I think the transparency and letting someone know, okay, wait, if she did it, I can do it, and giving people hope, I think is what this is
Mhm.
all about.
Yes.
Because just yeah, it's fun to wear the crown and to be pretty, and to be in parades and to do whatever, but the relatability and the encouragement and the inspiration is what does it for me. So that's
Absolutely.
Diane Irick, you're just
Oh.
a rock star. Every time I talk to you, I get little
Oh.
nuggets of things.
Yeah, I think it would be too overwhelming to give you it all at once. You'd be like,
Little doses,
the stars swirling.
little doses. All right. Laura says, thank you for sharing and being vulnerable to share that. I believe it's so important for others that may be going through it. It gives them hope. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. And,
Absolutely.
I do think that once you are queen, you should be a working queen. You know, we've both been in situation where somebody else has won your division and then they don't work.
Yeah.
And that they've stolen the crown from someone else that could promote their platform, promote the pageant. And I, if you are a queen, please, please make appearances. I already have, even after internationals, whether win, lose, or draw, I already have 12 appearances set up.
Amazing. Amazing. I appreciate that so much. Crown chasers make me crazy. Make me crazy. And I'm like, you can buy a crown on Amazon. I can tell you where to go shop for a crown if you want one.
Exactly.
But don't steal an opportunity from someone that has worked hard for it and that will continue to work with it,
Yes.
just so that you can say, I have a title, because you can put crowns on a shelf and do nothing. So
Mhm.
oh, it's crazy.
I notice it a lot. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
and you'll see it. And I think what frustrates me even more with that, um, is that it's almost like people see it but ignore it. And I
Mhm.
think that there need to be conversations from, this is just my opinion, from directors that are like, "Hey, you won this title. You're expected to do A, B, and C, and if you're not going to do it, go."
I mean,
That's just me. That's me.
depending on what title you win, it usually is only 12 appearances a year,
Which is
right?
nothing. It's
Which is
nothing.
nothing, or 18. So, yes, please don't be a crown chaser. Please use your platform,
Yes.
um, to help others. That's what we're here for, is we're here to help others.
Yeah, yeah, it's so important. So important. Okay. So someone says, "What is your guilty pleasure?"
Oh, bacon, 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 bacon. So, let me tell you, it's funny you asked that. It's not chocolate, fried foods, love fried foods, but bacon, I love bacon. You can make me cinnamon bacon. You can make me, bacon dripped in chocolate. I don't care. Bacon flowers, things like that. But this weekend, when I went to the pageant, my director, Angie, her husband, Robert, and I, because Robert went with me, right? And her sister, we went out to lunch, or to like an early dinner,
Mhm.
and it was 2J's. I don't know if you've ever been to a 2J's. I never have. We went to the Villages. It was early, so nobody was really in the restaurant. And her sister says, "Oh my goodness, there is a pound of bacon sandwich." I went, "What? What? Am I on a diet? Yes. But do I care? No."
Bacon's good for you.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah,
good.
yeah, bacon's good for you. Hmm.
So are you now this is important. Are you a
Okay.
crispy bacon or like a chewy bacon person?
Oh, I prefer crispy. I like the crunch. I
Really?
like the
See, I'm the
crunch.
chewy bacon.
Oh, yeah? Well, now my mom when mom was with us, and I was growing up, she'd get that thick. You've seen the thick bacon? Oh my goodness. Now that I will eat chewy. I will eat chewy. If it's bacon, I will eat it. Mhm. But I do prefer it. And I've always been a cruncher, like potato chips, or,
Mhm.
Cheetos, things like that, pretzels. But yeah, oh, bacon. Oh,
Love
thanks for
it.
asking.
Love it. Laura
Can
says,
we
"I
keep her?
like her. I like her. Can we keep her?" Yes, Laura, we will keep her. We will keep her. Let's see. I saw one. Oh, okay, good question. LaShira, and LaShira's coming on the show soon. So
Oh, good. Okay.
excited. She says, "How do you find your appearances, or do people contact you?" It's a good question.
Oh, that is a very good question. I find my own appearances. What you need to do is you can look in the paper to see if there's a parade. Now, I actually have ends with the parade because I'm in one of the crews here in Tampa for the Gasparilla Parade and some of the other parades. So, um, depending on where you're at, get with the Chamber of Commerce,
Mhm.
find out when the parades are, find out if you can represent. I mean, that's one way to do it. Look in the newspaper, well, online, right, for local pageants where maybe you can judge a local pageant. Ask your crown sisters, do you have
Yeah.
any appearances coming up that I can help you with? So that's really, and I do have one or two that do contact me. Like when I judged for one of the pageants last year. One of the other one of the sister queens had, not from our pageant at the time, but from another pageant. She goes, "Would you like to judge?" I'm like, "I would love to judge." She goes,
Yeah.
"Okay, come on up," and I'm like, "Okay." And then from there, you make um, friends. You leave them your name and number. Call me next year, let me know. So there are a lot of different ways. Carry your sash everywhere, because I know some of the crowns are like really big. This one's kind of fallen off my head, but
Yeah,
this one's
mine's doing
really
a
heavy.
weird thing today. I don't know
Yeah.
what.
um, but yeah, always carry your sash with you.
Yeah.
Um, I usually keep this in a sheen bag in the car. Or if my purse is big enough, I put it down in my purse. Always
Mhm.
carry it with you.
Mhm.
You're
So smart.
welcome.
So smart. Yeah, I always have crown and sash in the car, and then depending on where I'm going in, sash is with me. But yeah, I think it's so important, and you made a really good point. It's network, 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 network. Because
Mhm,
if you're just sitting at home waiting for someone to, oh, hey, we know a queen, it's not going to
mhm.
happen. I mean, and
No.
it will not, sometimes, but not as much as you need to have that great visibility. So it's
Right.
networking, getting yourself out there, and even reaching out,
Mhm.
because sometimes it's not, they may not need a judge, but they may need someone to help in the dressing room, or they may need someone to help
Exactly.
backstage. And those are great opportunities to meet other women, and just to show that you're there to help, because you never know what will come out of that.
Well, at the Dress for Success fashion show, I met, I don't know if you know Marissa Ferris, but she was in the back. She is Miss Florida Galaxy. Right? So her pageant is coming up in August. She was in the back helping the models. And I've known her since 2018, 2019. So of course we took a couple of pictures. I told her she needed to go take a picture with the director.
Yes.
And so queens helping queens. You know what I mean?
And it is. It's so much about helping queens, because a lot of queens, you don't know what you don't know. And until you've been
Right.
around a while, and you learn proper etiquette and protocols. So if you see somebody that's, it's kind of like, like, just, tap her on the shoulder and help.
Right. Well, and I'll tell you, if you have the nerve to get up on stage in your costume, in your swimsuit, in your evening gown, or just even get up on stage, right? And whatever it may be, and you're crown queen, you have the courage to go up and tap somebody on the shoulder and
Yep.
say, "Hey, my name is Diane Irick Conde. I'm Mrs. Pure Treasure Coast. I would love to help you. Do you need any help?"
Yeah. Yeah. And you would be amazed at how many people are like, oh my gosh, yes.
You're
Yes,
right.
please. Yes, please.
Thank you for asking. I said, "Okay, what do you need me to do?"
Yeah. And sometimes it's, I don't know, just show up. And it's like, okay, I'll
Right,
be there.
and
Whatever
then
you need.
sometimes it's just in, like, you have the pure T-shirt on, right? So that's what I did. I helped one of the pageants backstage. I had on, my T-shirt for the pageant, and I had my black slacks on, and I was just helping people, just
Yeah.
helping the contestants get ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's amazing. Someone else. Oh, also Google volunteer opportunities. Great.
Oh,
Great.
yes, very good.
Yeah. And Eventbrite. Eventbrite is really good as well for things that are coming up in your area,
Mhm.
that you can reach out to as well. So good
Okay.
questions tonight.
I have to
Yeah.
write that. Yeah, I have to write that down.
Yeah. Put it on crowns and coffee. Put it out
See?
there.
Yeah.
See, you don't know what you don't know. You have to connect with queens and talk
Exactly.
shop sometimes. What is, we talked about your guilty pleasure, and I think
Mhm.
I've asked you this before, but what's one room of your house that you would not want us to see right now, and why?
Well, it's in my office, that's why the light is off. I have my computer monitors, that's why you can see me. So it would be my office there, and to be truthful, Robert and I share an office, right? Even though he goes out to work,
Hmm.
we do share an office. So I have a little 3 by 5 of his huge desk, and he's got papers all over the place. I try to keep papers together. I'm not the most organized, but I can be organized if I need to be organized.
Yeah.
So I kind of just let this room fade a little bit. The kitchen and the bathrooms are spotless. You could eat off the floor in there. And I honestly
Awesome.
think you should be able, not that you would, but I think those 2 rooms should be um, the most taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Mhm.
1000%. 1000%. Okay, we're wrapping up. I can't believe it's almost been an hour. I could just,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
we
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 could
could
talk
go.
another hour. Ladies, what else you got?
I know, we could go all night, you guys. So what's coming up for you? So I know we have internationals coming up. What do you have any appearances between now and then, or how can people follow your journey and see what you're doing?
I don't have any planned. Um, At the moment, I do not have any planned things coming up. I'm going out of town the following week to finish up, with the previous pageant with American Beauties and whatnot. Help them backstage. I'll be emceeing as well.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
help them, and then the following week, we're getting ready for Pure. But I do have Pure International Classy Ms. Um, on Facebook. So if you would, you know, follow me, absolutely. Please feel free to follow my journey. I've already got several, excuse me, several things up there that I've done so far. So very excited.
Look at you. Okay, so is it Pure International Classy Ms. Treasure Coast or
Oh, Classy Miss Treasure Coast. Thank
okay?
you.
I wanted to make sure I posted it
We
correctly.
got to help
So
each other. Got to help
let's
each other.
make sure.
Yes.
And can I just tell you, your Classy Ms. division, they are some sassies. They're the sassy classies. We were
That's because we've been there, done that, and it doesn't matter.
we were together in at Miss Pat's for Christmas, and the
Mhm.
bulk of the group there was the Classy Ms. group,
Oh, uh-huh.
and they were sassy and so fun. So you are going to have an absolute
I
blast.
can't wait. I
Um,
honestly can't wait.
you're going to have so much fun. Okay,
Thank you.
so we're going to follow you on Facebook. We're going to follow your journey. I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to watch Black Panther 2.
Okay, good.
But before we close, any
Okay.
other things you want us to know about you, or anything you want us to know before we do your on stage question?
Um, Not really. I think I've shared quite a few things and I'll be honest with you, I normally don't share those type of things in public like this, but thank you for encouraging me because I probably will share those things more often now so people can understand where I'm coming from as well. So I appreciate that. Mhm.
We appreciate you. You're just amazing. I'm so grateful that you reached out to be on my show again. This is Diane's second time on my show, and I'm so honored. And I'm so honored that we got to talk about Pure and that you came over and joined the Pure family. And then I get to see you and love on you in a few weeks and all
Well,
the things.
when I met the junior miss and then I realized you had the crown, I'm like, "Oh no, I gotta go. I got to
That's
go."
where I belong. That's where I belong. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it even more once you get there and see everybody.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
your on stage question. Are you ready, Queen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I lost my question.
Ready as
Oh,
I'll
there
ever
it
be.
is. If you were handed a microphone directly after your crowning, what would you say?
I'm going to Disney.
We're going to Disney the day before.
I know, I know. But truly, that's what I would say first. We've been to Disney. Well,
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Diane, I can't thank you enough for being here. I'm excited to be on this journey with you, to get to spend the next year doing stuff together. Um, and hopefully I'll get to hear you on stage saying you're going to Disney. So
Hopefully you will. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so
Everyone,
much for having me, though. I
thank you for
appreciate you having
being
me on
here.
again.
Oh gosh, absolutely. Anytime. Everyone that tuned in, thank you so much for being here
Yes.
with us. I've got some great episodes coming up. I know we have one scheduled for Wednesday night, and then I think that might be it for them. Well, I might have one more this month. And then I'm taking July off because I've got a pageant to work on. So
Right?
I will be
You
showing
go,
some
girl.
I will be showing some great replays in July. So make sure you tune in for those. Also, if you did not know, we are also on YouTube right now and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you can listen to any of the episodes we have. All of season 2 is uploaded. I have not loaded season 1 yet. That's in the works. So please stay tuned for that. But thank you, Queen Diane, for being here.
Thank
Everyone
you.
watching, never ever let anyone dull your sparkle because they can't handle your shine. And we'll see you next time on Crown Chat. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everyone.